Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Back on my Suburban. This would be a 1960 model 400. As I previously stated, we are missing the selector arm. It's like a quarter rounded bar that has notches in it that goes right in here that the lift arm locks into. We're missing that. That's on a parts tractor, and the tower that supports the back of the hood, as you can see, in the previous video somebody's used, looks like I don't know, 1 inch or 3/4 inch conduit, flattened it, bend it, do what you got to do, but that's just not how I roll. So I'm going to go out back, try to get the other tower off and the selector arm and bring it in, see if I can paint it. I guess the problem with this tractor is the paint. This repaint, it's not a restore, it's a repaint because it's got a lot of imperfections, was done a long time ago. So trying to match the paint is going to be hard. But I have done a little bit of painting and trial and error. Also, the paint has faded over years, so anything I paint's not going to be matched. So the good part about that is it's all basically under the hood. It's not going to be real visible. So I believe I can get away with painting it and kind of matching it the best I can. But although this works and you can't see it, it's still, I know it's there and I don't like it. And since I'm already in here doing the selector arm, I might as well go ahead and replace this since I've got the part. I'm still struggling with the throttle and choke. I have a buddy that has the setup. I did get my other lever in, which is right down here. As you can tell, that's the other lever I needed with the knob. But it looks brand new, so I don't want it to look like that, especially since this one looks like that. That's the throttle cable. So, and I'm still struggling with trying to get this set up. I don't know if you can see it, but right here is the bracket that holds the outside of the cable so it doesn't slide. I got to figure out what to do there. I'm more concerned about the throttle on this tractor than the choke, because I can reach under it and choke it. I'm not concerned about that, but I want to be able to throttle it up and throttle it down. So let me go get those parts, or try to, I don't know if I'm going to take you along with me, but I'll try to go get those parts off, bring them in, need to clean them up, prep them to prime and paint them, and then also take this hood stand off and get ready to put the other one on. So I'm out here at the parts machine. As you can tell, this piece is cracked for the hood stand, but this is how it's supposed to look, with the two little tabs on each side to hold the hood. This is the selector arm that I need. So I guess I'm going to try to get this off. I got a buddy that's a good welder. I don't know what this nut is for, bolt and nut is for here. But I'm going to try to get this off. Might set you up on a tripod to do a time lapse, but I got a bolt and a nut down here, bolt and a nut here, and then two on the bottom here. So bear with me for a minute. Well, I'm back in the garage after getting those two items off. As you could tell, I was struggling a little bit. Somebody repainted that machine, and the paint was just thick on some of those nuts and bolts. But unfortunately, I may not be able to use this simply because there's a couple problems. The first one is this weld on the back side here is broke. You can tell it, look down in there. So that would have to be fixed right in there. Also, this is all messed up right here. I mean, I can flatten that back out, weld it back together, but then also it looks like somebody's cut this part out for some reason. This hole can be chased with a tap, but unfortunately this hole is too big. So I don't know and the problem with that is there's a metal plate on the back side. I don't know what those are called, but that's what the threads are for holding the hood on. So Not sure I'm going to use this yet. Like I said, you can't see this when the hood's on, so I may leave it on temporarily until I can find a better one. I was able to fit the arm on. Obviously it needs painted, but that'll work perfectly for what I need there. So my next step is to paint that and then jump over to try to figure out what I'm going to do with the choke and throttle. That's going to be my next hurdle. And then after that, just try to find a belt guard and jump on it and drive it. So I'll pick you back up. I'm going to go ahead and paint this. Nobody cares about seeing it painted. And then I'll pick you back up when I try to figure out the choke and throttle. Okay. I did a lot of work off camera. I got the selector bar painted and put back on. I fixed the bent brake rod. It was all mangled, so you can tell the brake pedal is more straight up and down now. What else did I do? Put it all back together, obviously. And I got the hitch off, but I haven't mounted it yet because I need the lift cable. And wow, those lift cables are expensive, but I have to talk to Lowell on that one. And like I said previously, I'll pick you back up when I got the choke and throttle going. Well, as you can tell, I got it mounted. The throttle works good. I've got the knob for the throttle, but the hole for the throttle knob is a little small, and my son's got my Dremel tool right now, so I need to, bore out that hole a little bit and then use some epoxy maybe and put that knob on. This is a brand new, I think it's laser cut stainless steel arm lever here for the choke. Now, this is what the choke is supposed to do. So it's supposed to have this rod, which is actually just a part of a choke cable, throttle cable. And when you push back on it, it's supposed to choke the carburetor, but it doesn't push the choke all the way down. So somebody hit me up in Facebook or Messenger or, even on Red Square, HC Minis on Red Square, or, give me a shout if you know my number. So the choke is not working like it's supposed to. The throttle works perfect. So I've got that taken care of. What else did I do? I moved took out all the nails, put those in with the Carter keys here, here on the backside here. I think this arm's supposed to come in from the backside, so I may change that. What else did I do? Oh, I cleaned the carburetor, took the carburetor off. It was dripping every now and then, and the O-ring and the little filter gasket right there was just brittle, and it had a crack in it when it could have cracked when I took it off. But anyway, fixed that and put everything back together. I still have two things to buy: the heat shield for the muffler and the belt guard. Now, most of you know this does not look correct for a Suburban. Normally on the Suburban, you have a big belt guard that comes up triangle shaped. This is more of an RJ style setup. So I don't know if somebody's replaced this rear end. I don't know what's going on there, but that's really needs to be an RJ, more of the smaller, narrower RJ style belt guard. I'll look for one of those at the big show along with the heat shield for the muffler. I need to shorten this piece here. It's too far out because it needs to be the exhaust pipe needs to be touching this with a U-bolt around it to hold it there. So I got to get a shorter piece here, and I think I need to extend this a little bit longer because I don't like the gap that's between the muffler and the hood here. So maybe 2 inches or so. So I need to do that. And then, like I said, the other thing, I need to put the hitch on. I've got it off that parts machine out back, and then run the cable up through here, through that hole, down under the engine, and then up to the lift arm down under here somewhere. I think it's down under here. But anyway, that's where I stand right now. I'm gonna put you on a tripod and start it up, and see if I can drive it around. So pick you back up in a second. All right, let's see if she'll fire up and move out of here. Well, as you can tell, it runs and moves and idles up and down with the throttle. But here's a shot I've always wanted to have since I have had this big four-wheel drive tractor. Thought it was always cool to recreate the Bigfoot, I think it's Bigfoot 10 demonstration, I guess you might say, when they drove the other Bigfoot. I don't remember which number it was, up on the big 10-foot tall tires of the other Bigfoot. I just thought it was cool. So this is a view I'd always wanted to recreate, so thought it was cool to be able to do that with these two tractors. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoy this little mini recreation of Bigfoot demonstration. So thanks for watching all my videos. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Hit that bell for notifications, and this will be it for this little Suburban. Just a few little things to finish up on it, but as you can tell, it's a pretty nice little machine. Pretty happy with how it turned out. So we'll get her down and put them both back in the garage, and these two will be at the big show along with my 1642. That's the only three tractors I'm taking to the big show 2025. So thanks for watching.